Hey guys, just want to let you know that if you accidentally clicked on this is actually part 2 of a 2-part series. Check out part 1 if you haven't already. It's very well made, very entertaining. I'm a big fan of part 1. So, honestly, I'm not even going to bother with any of the rules or any of that because this video is long enough as it is. So let's just jump straight into Captain America Civil War. Next up, the start of Phase 3, we get Captain America Civil War. Again, the epitome of a B-tier Marvel project. It's not bad, but it's easily, whenever there's a time my sister needs a scapegoat to shit-talk the MCU, she never shuts the fuck up about how much this movie ruined the MCU. She hates this fucking movie, and it's fine, it's not bad, but she loves to tear this movie to pieces, alright? And it's pretty funny when we argue. Out of every MCU project, this is easily the MCU project that I've defended against and I've argued about the most, just because I've argued about this specific movie so many times, just because of how much of a far stray it is from the original comic source material it is. But at the same time, it's like, who fucking cares, right? Who fucking cares? It's Captain America Civil War. It's Civil War. The fucking tagline says, "United we stand, divided we fall." Like, this shit's funny. It's just a fucking funny movie. You know what I'm saying?
Shut your ass up, bitch. I'll slap you with my dick. Look, I think they did good trying to spread themselves away from the source material. The source material is just all over the place. Because, you know, and it has characters that aren't even in the MCU and aren't even, like, you know.
Yeah, like the mutants and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So I think they did good, you know. I think they did a good job, you know, making their own thing.
Well, I think the Black Panther stuff is really good. I think the Winter Soldier stuff is pretty good. Spider-Man stuff is pretty cool. It's great to see Spider-Man. But the rest of the movie is a little, it's alright. I think the fight scenes are great. It's worth it for the parking lot fight and the fight at the end. That shit is so sick. But the actual, like, message that the movie, any kind of like political message the movie is trying to actually say, there's really nothing here. I think, and compared to Winter Soldier, which actually like has a lot to say politically and like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff, to go from those projects to Civil War, and it's just there's really not much of anything here, which kind of sucks because I don't know. I think the idea of the Sokovia Accords is really fucking cool.
The Accord things, I just don't get why they were like the reason they were made is stupid. Like, it's cause like, oh, the Avengers, oh, they were attacking like normal civilians. But the thing is, like, without the Avengers doing that, like, you know, it's not the Avengers who are talking. You know, they're
yeah.
Like, doing their thing.
Well, again, the Sokovia Accords make sense in the context of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because the point of the Sokovia Accords is to index and government control all of the superheroes just because there's so many superheroes. But in Civil War, it doesn't make any fucking sense because there's like 12 superheroes and they all like save the world multiple times, so why should they be controlled by the UN? Compared to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where there's like hundreds of Inhumans roaming around. Oh my god, should we index these people? Are indexing them and monitoring them, is that controlling, like, stuff like that? So, again, I don't know.
It just felt like Avengers 2.5.
Yeah.
It's better than Ant-Man.
It's alright. It's a B tier. I think B is very fair.
But it's better than Ant-Man, though, because honestly...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Luke Cage. Again, I'm not gonna bore everyone with the TV show shit. This show is so good for the first 8 episodes, and then the show loses its shit because after episode 8, the show... And then the show has a whole identity crisis for another half a season and like most of season 2. It's insane how like crazy this show gets. It's not bad and it's not unwatchable, but it's really weird. But I do like the Luke Cage stuff. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off by saying that I actually prefer Luke Cage over Black Panther. Because I don't know, Luke's really cool, blah blah blah, a lot of New York stuff, so very cool. I love season, like, most of season 1, and season 2 is okay, but I think the show kind of loses itself. If the show could have ridden the momentum that those first 8 episodes had, it would have been an easy A tier, but I'd give it a B. So Doctor Strange, again, another epitome of a B tier Marvel project, in my opinion. This is like this most solid B tier. It's B tier. I'm fucking
like when it comes to like the visuals and effects and CGI.
Oh, so good. It's easily like probably the most experimental Marvel project, and I really like that because the special effects are really fun. There's some really fun.
But when it comes to like story, and then when it comes to like villains on all yada yada story, especially though, it's just like.
It's pretty cool for the first third of the movie and like the very end, but for the whole middle half, I literally can't fucking remember what happened in the whole like middle of the movie.
I guess sending a constant message of like how people are like will do desperate things to regain like the shit they they once had like in free.
Okay. Now that like I remember some of the stuff in the movie, like the very end, the Dormammu scene, and like when he's like at the very beginning when he's like a surgeon and whatnot. There's some cool stuff here, but nothing. I don't know. It could have been better. I am a surgeon, but not perfect. But there's some fun stuff to be had. It's a B tier, but nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Now let's go on to Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
F tier.
Fuck you.
I haven't watched it.
I'd give it a very... Look, I know Season 1 sucks, and I know everyone has said this was, like, the worst rated MCU project for a little bit. Season 1 is pretty bad. I'm not going to deny that. But it picks up so hard in Season 2. Season 2 literally fixes every issue like that the show had, and they just learn from that. And Season 2 actually gets really good. And then they were just about to go into Season 3, and then Season 3 was going to be even better, and then Season 3 gets canceled, and I get pissed off because Season 3 would have been so goated. Season 1 is definitely a slog, though. But if you can slog through Season 1, oh my god, Season 2 is so good. Easily one of my favorite MCU villains, that girl with the DID. She's so cool. Mary is easily one of the coolest MCU villains ever, so that fucking, like, crushes Season 2 for me. That's what makes Season 2. But Season 1 does wear it down, so I can't give it anything higher than, like, a C tier, even though I'd love to give it, like, a low B. It just Season 2 is like an A, but I have to give it a C, just for Season 1, and how kind of much of a slog that fucking Season was. Anyways, next up we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. A sequel just as good as the first. Who would have known?
But better. I say it's better.
Better, actually? I'm a little surprised.
I feel it's better.
For me, I don't know. I haven't seen it in a hot minute, so I've kind of forgotten like kind of a bit of what happens. But for me, it's on par with Guardians 1.
Yeah, I don't think there's need. Look, I just feel like they did more things better. I feel it's just more funnier. I feel it's more They added better characters, new characters. They improved on some characters like Nebula. Yeah. I feel like Nebula's first movie just like dog shit.
Yeah.
And then here.
So what you said earlier, Eric, on how like Guardians 1 didn't really have a big villain. This movie fixes that issue. With the villain in this movie is so good. I love the villain in this movie.
Good actor.
Great actor. All the acting superb. Again, it just keeps up. It doesn't slow down like Civil War does, for instance. It just rides the momentum that Guardians 1 has. It just keeps on going right where it left off, and it just keeps going strong. And so it's just a great sequel. I love it, just as good as the first one.
And I like the scene where Quill reject his type of destiny.
Oh yeah, that stuff is super fun. Okay, so I think we can both agree that that's S tier. So let's not keep talking about it. Spider-Man, Homecoming. I'm not like the biggest Tom Holland fan, but I really don't have any issues with this movie, so I really can't complain because it's really just personal shit. Because I'm a Toby stan. But I like Homecoming. I think it's pretty good. I like it. I'd give it an A tier. I think A tier is very fair.
It just focuses more on on the aspect of Spider-Man just being a high school kid and with high school life.
Yeah.
The other movies had those bits, but they didn't focus too much on it.
Yeah.
They focused more on
And for those people that are always bitching about oh, I want Spider-Man to do teenager stuff and blah blah blah, even though they could just watch a TV show for that. That satisfied what a lot of people wanted in a Spider-Man movie for a long time, so I really can't complain. Big movie, again, another just huge hit for Marvel. So yeah, I think A tier is very fair, and of course it just skyrocketed Tom Holland's career, and same for Zendaya. So very influential movie in the total MCU canon. So yeah, can't say much bad about it. I think A is very fair.
The Homecoming message is Peter having to like not rely too much on like Iron Man and like on his suit and to focus on like who he is as an individual. But then like Far From Home kind of ruins his act because like
Oh yeah.
shit, here you go, kid. Have all my Iron Man stuff.
Far From Home fuck shit up, but we're gonna talk about Far From Home later. I'm not a big fan of it. We're gonna tear that pussy up. We're gonna ravage it. Anyways,
Vulture though.
I like Vulture. Vulture's cool.
Yeah, Vulture is good. He has, and he's like and he has good like, what's it called?
Good motives.
He has good motives. Yeah, good motives. Because like
Oh my god, the damage control stuff. The fact that he was a part of damage control is like super cool and stuff. Because you again, it just shows how much like impact Avengers 1 has on the total MCU. Because you see him like he's picking up stuff from blah blah blah. It's just very fun seeing the damage control aspect of it.
He's just doing his thing, bro.
He's just doing his thing. Anyway,
he's just trying to pay some bills, bro.
Yeah.
And that's like the
Spider-Man.
Tony Stark had to ruin that. Tony
Yep.
Stark was literally the big villain, like Homecoming, bro.
Exactly.
Defenders goes straight to F tier.
Shut up. Defenders, it's not an Avengers level. It's not an S tier, right? It might be fair. It did the crazy thing. It brought all of the Defenders verse together, because if we were actually watching along with the Defenders verse, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Daredevil Season 2, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist Season 1, it's not, I don't know, I'd give it a B, just because this show fucking pissed me off. It's a great show, don't get me wrong, but the biggest issue I have with it is that it's only 8 episodes, which is way too short. This show, like, sells me on the Defenders being a team, like an actual proper team, but the fact that, since there's only 8 episodes, and the Defenders don't even properly get together until episode 4. So the team only has 4 episodes to actually be a team, and in the last 2 episodes, they're fighting a big guy. So there's really only 2 episodes where we actually get to see the Defenders all just, like, chill and hang out. My favorite scene in the whole show is when the Defenders are all just sitting at, like, a table and eating lunch together. Because I love that stuff. That's the thing that Avengers 1 got very right. It's just character interactions and giving the movie just moments to breathe. Defenders, barely any moments to breathe, and that really pisses me off, because if this was just, like, if this had more episodes, and here's the thing is that, like, it sucks because you have a show like Iron Fist Season 1, which is just has so much padding to it and so much filler, when a show like Defenders has all killer, no filler, when this is a show that I would have been perfectly okay with having filler in it. If this show was 13 episodes, I would have been fine with it, because the Defenders are just, like, cool to watch. It's a good show, and I love that it exists and that it got the Defenders together, because it sells me on the Defenders as a team, but they don't do more with it. The fact that the Defenders never team up after this one 8-episode mini-season sucks, and I hate that. But it was a good team up, and I'm glad that it at least happened compared to not at all.
Still sucks.
Shut up. Next up, we got Inhumans. Alright? It's not the worst. I actually don't think it's the worst MCU project. Out of Infinity Saga, sure. Out of the Infinity Saga, I'd be okay with saying it's the worst project. But MCU in general, no. The show is actually not that bad. I think this show gets a lot of shit. It's not terrible. It's, well, don't get me wrong, it is pretty bad. It's almost worth watching. Again, the storyline, fucking dog shit. I think the plot is, like, really shit. But anytime that Black Bolt and Maximus are on screen together, it just sells the show. It sells the show, and it sells me to these characters. It makes me actually want more of Black Bolt and Maximus. It does what a good show should do, and it sells me on the Inhumans as, like, a proper team. But yeah, it fucks up pretty bad in the story department. But if you can just act as if story doesn't exist, it's cool. It's a cool show. It's pretty cool.
Hurry up, bro.
Alright. And,
Humans just dog shit. That's all we can agree.
Shut up. And I like how it connects with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
When you were talking about how, like, you gotta watch this shit for, like, the interactions, you're just making up an excuse for people to watch a dog shit show.
The plot is bad, but anytime just go to sleep until Maximus shows up. Anytime Maximus shows up, just, like, have your eyes glued to the screen, and when Maximus is off screen, you can just go fucking jerk off. And jerk off, and then watch... No.
Searched a clip on YouTube. Oh wait, no one watches Inhumans. There's probably like fucking one clip, and it's just you watching season 1.
There's only one season. Anyways,
I know.
Shut up. Shut up. Yeah. Anyways, so next up, holy shit, we gotta get going, man. Next up, Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Fuck Big Whore Ragnarok. I'd give it an A tier. It's a pretty good movie. I actually like it.
Yeah, but like people like treat this movie like into high standards. I think it's good. I just think it's a little too just too much.
I think high A is worthy. And here's the thing: is that like it starts the thing that other like movies would like follow, where it kind of makes Thor and Hulk a bit of a joke. But at the same time, it doesn't feel over the top like a movie like Thor: Love and Thunder does in comparison. I don't know. It starts that, but just because it kind of starts that doesn't mean I can really talk shit, because it does things well. The comedy is done well. The action is amazing. The Thor storyline stuff is pretty awesome. And it does, again, it pulls an Iron Fist Season 2, in which it fixes all the problems I had with the first 2 Thor movies to create an actually good Thor movie, which is incredible to me. The Loki stuff is good. It just fixes all the problems. So I can't really say shit, you know? Anyways, next up, we got The Punisher. I love The Punisher. Picking up right where Daredevil Season 2 left off. Punisher's all on his own. He's smoking dudes. He's shooting, man. Bro, he's doing so much cool stuff with Billy, his homie. And Season 2 picks up. He's got Jigsaw. So many awesome villains. Season 2 is kind of mid. I'm going to be real here. It's kind of boring. But, bro, Season 1, straight goated, son. S tier Season 1. The show is so freaking good. That moment when this one storyline in Season 1 that has practically nothing to do with the main plot is more emotionally powerful than anything Marvel's produced after Endgame is just fucking incredible to me, man. Just watch it already. I love it. It's very awesome. I do love The Punisher. I think John Bernthal is The Punisher. He's such a good Punisher. And yeah, it's a good show. A tier. Can't say shit about it.
Only good thing in The Punisher was that one scene was like, no, wait.
There's some crazy shit. Oh my god, dude, I just got flashbacks. There's some crazy trauma stuff with the show. Oh my god, John Bernthal goes way so much stuff in the show, man. This show is crazy. The drama is amazing. Wow. Anyways, next up is Runaways, which recently just got removed from streaming for no reason in the now what's called the Great Streaming Purge. This show just got removed, and I started watching the show when it came out, like in 2019 or whatever, like 2017. But I watched it when it was still on air. I got 4 episodes in. I got pissed off. I stopped watching, and after my Inhumans phase, I rewatched it. I finished it. It's not that bad. It's fine. I don't think it adapts the source material very well, because like I know what happens in the comic, and I'm like, that's not how anything goes along. But if you again, it's like Captain America Civil War. If you completely have it separate from the comic, I think it's pretty good. But I think it's just very very odd show in the MCU, because it's not an action show. There are action and like superhero elements of it, but it's more of like a young adult drama show than it is an action-y Marvel show. So it's kind of weird comparing it to everything else. But, I don't know. I think the first season fucking blows. I think the first season is actually really bad. But then once you get past the first season, I think seasons 2 and 3 definitely pick up, and it gets pretty good. But, again, it's Iron Fist scenario.
Kanye's Runaway. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Again, it's like Iron Fist. It's Iron Fist syndrome, where the first season is pretty bad, but once you get past the first season, it actually gets pretty good. And it gets very watchable if you get past the first season. You'll find a very good show in there. But it's, I don't know. I feel like C is fair, or like a low B. It's not perfect. I got up until right when I said next up we got Pack Panther, and then the stream fucking ended. that's how.
This shit, the Twitch does not only black people. That's crazy.
Anyway, so we got Black Panther. I will actually get death threats in the mail if I don't give it anything higher than an S tier. So I think do we just leave it there? Do we even talk about the movie? Well,
Black Panther.
There's Black Panther. It's good.
I'll be honest, bro. People only saw Black Panther because he black.
It's a
This
good
movie was the first movie to make black people cool.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I'm not black, so I really can't like talk for anyone that like had this be like such a huge event, because this was just such a huge event for like so many people. So I can't really say anything, but it's a good movie. It's pretty good. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just nothing really clicked with me with this one. I really liked how Black Panther was in Civil War, but this movie, I don't know. I think it's the action's good. There's some good elements to it, but I don't think this movie really clicked with me the same way that the Black Panther stuff in Civil War did. You know.
I liked it when Michael Jordan was in the movie. Hard, bro.
It was pretty cool.
That's it, though. Honestly, Michael Jordan carried the movie.
Yeah.
I don't really like Black Panther himself. He's just alright.
Luke Cage is better. I'm glad that we can agree that this movie is just alright. It's pretty good. But it's not like...
It's
not
just
like,
an eye movie.
It's alright. It's alright. Nothing wrong with it. It's okay. It's a good action
when
movie.
People first... I think it's because when people first saw it, they just went on like a crazy hype train. Like, oh my god, he's black.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
But I think if you rewatch it, if you rewatch it, it's okay. But it's just a fun action movie, but nothing more, nothing less. You know.
Yes, sir, bro.
Anyways,
we're getting the big boy, bro.
We got the big boy up here, Avengers: Infinity War, aka the most hype movie ever released in the history of cinema. It's an S. Come on, I don't think we can give it anything lower than an S.
Right. They literally took their time making this shit, but they didn't do the DCU where they like.
They did, yeah.
Like,
you can tell they
trying to make their own shit.
You can tell they took their time with this.
They literally like calculated every movement, every like time, like Captain America's balls jiggle, just for this movie just to come out. You can see it in all aspects when you rewatch all the movies. It's so crazy, man. It's
so good. It combines everything I like about like the Avengers. It's got all my favorite Avengers. Thanos is the coolest villain ever, and this is such a good movie because the ending. This was the first superhero movie where the superheroes lose at the end. That shit's crazy, man. That shit was so cool. Thanos is probably the coolest. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna admit it. Thanos is the coolest villain the MCU ever had. He's so awesome. He just radiates cool, and so many great moments, so many memorable, like. Top to bottom, this moment is just nothing but memorable, awesome moments. I can just list off everything,
see, like,
you know.
See, look, when it comes to like theater reactions, the only two movies that come to par is No Way Home and Endgame.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when you saw that snap scene.
Oh my god, the snap when Spider-Man died, dude. That was just such. This was made back when Marvel could take fucking risks. They could take risks like killing off Spider-Man and being cool with it, you know, not caring that all the 5-year-olds are gonna fucking cry in the theater.
We gotta move on.
We can't talk about this movie forever because we're gonna talk about it forever. Next up, we got Cloak and Dagger. Awesome black guy and white woman. Oh my god, the white woman is awesome. Black guy, he's so cool. He's got his little cloak. Season 1 is alright, but season 2, oh my god, it's so good, son! It's so freaking good! Season 2 is so good. The Blue Note scene, bro, oh my, no. Season 1, episode 5. Dude, if there's like one piece of MCU television media from the old shows, you gotta check it out. Cloak and Dagger, season 1, episode 5. Dude, that episode was so crazy. They like jump into like a guy's dream. He's like, you get the villain with the record store stuff and the mall. Oh my god, such a cool show. You know, I'm gonna put this shit fucking right here. This shit was so awesome.
Oh hell no, bro. What is this unknown ass show that you put up against? Oh.
This shit was goated.
If it was so goated, then why didn't no one watch it?
Shut up. It just didn't have that big of a budget, but other than that, it was really good. Oh my god, they're so cool. They're so fucking cool.
It's stupid.
Shut up.
It's so stupid, bro. This man is not Lil Nas, bro.
Shut up. He was before Nas, alright? Anyways, next up we got Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is the most C-tier Marvel movie I've ever fucking seen.
It did not have to exist. The only reason it exists is the end credits. The only reason it exists is to build up Endgame.
That's it. It actually builds up some cool stuff to Endgame if you watched it. Like, it actually does some cool setup stuff. But other than that, it's not worth it to watch. It's fucking boring.
And the only reason why people care to watch this is because Infinity War, and they wanted to see this.
Yeah, it's because they needed something to come out right after Infinity War. They needed something to come out, so they dropped this fucking piece of shit. Yeah. Again, it's like, why do the Ant-Man movies have to release after, like, big things? You know, like Ant-Man released right after an Avengers movie. They both release after fucking Avengers movies, which I don't get why you do that. But yeah, cool setup stuff, but if you get rid of the setup stuff, there's like nothing of substance really here. Again, the Mexican dude, he literally steals the show, and he's the best part about the movie. Wasp is kind of cool, I guess. And there's some cool stuff. Like, again, I do like Ant-Man as a character. I do think, like, his criminal stuff and him trying to, like, be with his... the whole stuff with him on house arrest at the beginning of the movie is really fun to see. You know, him and his daughter. That stuff's pretty cool, right? That stuff's pretty cool.
Yes. Besides that...
I'd say it's better than Iron Man 2. Because it's, like, at least there's some cool stuff here. You know, there are some cool moments to it, but nothing too crazy. Next up, we got Captain Marvel.
What I'm trying to say, it's more funny.
It's
not,
I guess
not
so.
Not funny by comedy. The comedy that they have, it's just funny because it's unintentionally funny.
Exactly.
In some moments. In some moments, it's just unintentionally funny.
Dude, people get mad at me for watching shit like Inhumans and Cloak and Dagger and Runaways, but at the same time, Captain Marvel really feels like the low point of the MCU. Really. The thing that, like, I'd put it fucking below Inhumans, because at least Inhumans being shitty, or like Runaways or Cloak and Dagger, they sell me on these characters. They sell me on these cool characters with cool powers. Captain Marvel didn't sell me on the character of Captain Marvel, and that's the biggest thing. When you're trying to do an origin story movie, and you fail on selling me on a character, you failed the entire fucking movie. And not only did you fail on that movie, but you failed on other movies. Like, I'm not gonna watch fucking Miss Marvel or the Marvels or anything like that because I wasn't sold on Captain Marvel. And that's my biggest issue with the movie.
The only reason this movie did so successful in the box office is because it came after Infinity War. And everyone knew that this was going to build up to a bigger thing, Endgame. And that's why only people came to the movie. Without that, it would literally just bomb.
Again, yeah, that's why I watched I watched this shit I watched this in the theater. That's the only reason why I went to go see it. That was it. It wasn't because I actually wanted to fucking see it.
But like,
which is why the Marvels, the sequel, is going to bomb in the box office so hard, because then they realize, oh shit, nobody actually cared about this Captain Marvel, the character. That sucks. Look, I don't hate it, right? But if you want a Marvel project with a female lead, watch Agent Carter. It's so fucking good. Just watch Agent Carter. It's like this, but the good version. No. Avengers Endgame. S tier, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Now, do you prefer Endgame?
It sounds good. Okay. I don't know. I might put it high A. Because I like...
No, put it low S.
It's low S. Yeah. I do like Endgame. Not as good as Infinity War, though. I think we can all agree that Infinity War is the better movie. But
Endgame could look. Endgame has too much. It's because that concept stuff, you know. So
yeah.
It had like 3 hours, but I think it makes it special. It's 3 hours.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's just fun. It's a fun movie, and I love all the time travel stuff. The time travel stuff is really fun. There's a lot of fun stuff in the movie. I will admit, just probably as fun as Infinity War on the fun level. But I think the writing, it wasn't written as well as Infinity War, but you can't really give it any faults because it had to wrap together 11 years worth of projects into a little bow. So I can't really get mad at it for not being written as well as Infinity War because there's just so much stuff to cover.
And yeah, especially like the freaking banger moments when you see all the characters, you know, like
oh my god, that final fight was amazing.
That shit was hard, bro. And then like, and this had the perfect ending, bro, for the MCU.
Yeah, and then they went. It would have been the perfect ending for the MCU. I honestly wish that they just ended it right here, and they didn't keep on going.
No, literally, we could just make our own canon, like anything.
This is this is our own canon. This is why we're stopping the stream, like here essentially. We have 2 other projects to talk about, but we're essentially stopping here because once Black Widow started, that doesn't count. I treat it all as non-canon, because this, when I think of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Infinity Saga, from Iron Man to Avengers Endgame. That is the core of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything after that doesn't fucking matter. It's non-canon. It's a bunch of bullshit. This here, everything here on screen, is the MCU.
Yes.
And then everything got fucked up because a couple months later, Spider-Man Far From Home came out, because this movie shouldn't even fucking exist. Movie shouldn't even fucking exist. The only reason why it made so much money is because little fucking kids like this movie, and the only people like this movie are little fucking babies. This movie took...
Spider-Man's in it.
And Spider-Man's in it, and Night Monkey's in it. Night Monkey. Anyways, I don't know. This movie just took everything that was alright, that I thought was kind of cool about Homecoming, and kind of just fucked it up. It just kind of messes everything up. It's alright, but it doesn't have the same impact that Homecoming has. It doesn't have the same punch. It just feels kind of bleh.
They had such a good villain, and then they kind of just meh.
Mysterio was a stupid villain. I'm sorry. That was probably the worst fucking MCU villains,
I know.
man. That shit was stupid. The plot of this movie...
They had the potential to make Mysterio a good villain.
Mm-hmm.
They had a good actor.
If
and
you...
Then, he had good charisma. He had charisma. And then, like, his motive...
If
Mr. Stark makes fun of my heart.
Oh my god. If you're a little fucking 5-year-old and you don't care about the plot and you're just watching this for fun Spider-Man antics, you got fun Spider-Man antics. But if you're trying to watch this movie for the plot, oh my god, this movie falls apart so hard, so easily, so fucking fast. Yeah.
People like that. But the only thing that saves this movie, really, is like that scene where like Spider-Man's identity is revealed. That shit would.
Okay. I completely forgot that was in this movie.
Because like in that scene, you wanted to know what happens next. That shit was juice. That was like the juiciest part.
That's the only. Okay, I completely forgot that part was in the movie. That's the only part that's bumping this shit up for me, because I completely fucking forgot that part was in here.
Spider-Man Home is like, Far From Home.
Yeah.
Most of that was a dry ass steak, but that last bite was where all the juice went in.
It was all the juice. Oh, I completely forgot. Okay, now I'm just getting the rush of memories. I completely forgot the ending had that. Now I'm just remembering. Okay, that's why people like this movie. Oh my god, I forgot the reason why people like this fucking movie. Oh my god.
Not only that, they brought back J. Jonah Jameson. Like,
that was awesome. Just after Far From Home coming out, like just me talking with my friends, all the fan theories that we had, all the little things that like how they could do a sequel. It was worth it. It was worth watching the movie just for that, how great that ending was.
But yeah, besides that, Far From Home.
Yeah, kind of mid.
Dry steak.
Dry steak with the juicy end. That's a really good way to put it. And so we are almost done, because there's one thing that I need to argue. I'm probably going to argue with you on if this even counts as an MCU project. We get into the Adventures of Fear series with Hellstrom. And Hellstrom literally isn't even on the list because, again, there's so many people who act like it doesn't exist as a part of the MCU. If you don't, to explain to the viewers at home, once, like, kind of, like, the Marvel Netflix stuff was starting to wrap up, Marvel is going to start a brand new chapter of their television with a brand new series called Adventures into Fear, with 2 shows. One show about Hellstrom and one show about Ghost Rider. 2 characters that have, like, hell-centric themes and, like, powers. And so both of those shows were going to cross over and connect with each other, and Ghost Rider was going to spin off from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider. It was going to be such a cool thing. But in 2019, Marvel Television merged with Marvel Studios, and Marvel Studios just canceled all of their projects. So they canceled the Ghost Rider show that they were working on, and they were going to cancel Hellstrom, but Hellstrom was, like, already, like, starting to film. So they just said, fuck it, we're just gonna film this shit. Let's not wait. We already wasted a bunch of money. Let's just film it and get it out. So season 1 came out, and it got canceled before, like, it even, like, went on air, or, like, a week after it went on air, or something like that. And so it became a huge fucking meme, huge fucking joke, this show. And it gets to the point where, like, we don't really have confirmation if it counts as MCU still or not, because it was supposed to be a part of MCU for sure, 100%. Now we're not 100% because nothing has really been 100% confirmed about it, but we do have 3 connections. Number 2, in the first episode, Damon, he walks by a Roxxon Corporation building, and the Roxxon logo is the same one from Cloak and Dagger and Iron Man. And number 3, there's a newspaper on the table, and if you zoom in really closely onto the newspaper talks about the Sokovia Accords. That's our only connections that we have. The only true connection is the Rock Stomp thing and the Sokovia Accords thing. So I think it counts as a part of the MCU. I genuinely think it counts. I genuinely think it counts, right? But these people still don't fucking count it as a part of the MCU. It's not even here. Now,
yeah, but I'm still.
after arguing about whether it counts as canon or not, my final ranking, it's like a C tier. I'd give it like below Iron Fist, like above Iron Fist. It's actually not that bad. It got pretty bad critic reviews, but the audience score is pretty good. And I think that's very indicative of how it is. It's a show that, even though the plot could have been a little tightened up a bit more, because it's 10 episodes, I think it could have been shorter. I think it could have probably been like 6 episodes. But it makes Damon such a fucking badass motherfucker. He's got the most awesome eyebrows. Those eyebrows are so awesome. Damon's pretty cool, and he's got the coolest powers. He's the son of Satan, so he's got like really cool shit. It's just a guy who fights against a bunch of demons for a whole season's worth of television. So if that seems like a fun thing to watch, go check it out. It's pretty good. I'd give it a high C tier. I think I'm pretty fair with this ranking of everything MCU from the original Infinity Saga. Do you have any objections?
Actually, Inhumans goes to S tier. That's it.
You're using your emergency S on that?
Yes, sir. Put it all the way like above.
At the top.
Yes. This is the true ranking of all MCU related content from Phase 1 to Phase 3, Infinity Saga related shit.
Yeah. So, if this video does well, then we'll do Phase 4 and Phase 5. But I don't want to talk about those because they all suck, and we'd all be very bitchy because we just bitch about how much we hate everything for about like an hour.
I gotta get ready for work.
What do you mean ready for work? You just fucking left work. You're not my dad! I'm just honestly sick of your bullshit.